Hi guys, and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we're doing a tutorial for the Benly watch. Now this covers pretty much all of their watches because they all use the same module. There's one model that's also solar powered, but it's still the same. It just has some additional features regarding the power save function. Now all Benly watches come with two buttons. One is on this side, it's labeled set, as you can see. The other one is on this side, it's labeled mode. And pressing any of these is going to activate the display to show you the current time, like so. Once it shows the time, it's going to turn off the screen to save the battery. And you can also turn on the auto wake, meaning that when you tilt the watch, it's going to light up automatically. To do so, the screen has to be activated, like so, and then you press and hold this button for 3 seconds or until you hear the beep. Like so. So now LT has been turned on, so that's the automatic light or automatic wake up, if you like to call it. So when you put the watch level, you tilt it to your wrist, it's gonna activate, show you the time, and again it's gonna turn itself off after a couple of seconds. Now to set up the watch, you press the mode button, unlike the set button. So you press the mode button and then you hold it. Once the screen has been woken up, you hold it, it's gonna ask you for the 12 or 24-hour setting, and you change with this button. So you can have it at 12 hours or 24-hour display. 12 hours is gonna have an AM PM. Pressing this button, it's gonna take you to the seconds. You can reset them with this other button. So you use this to change the values, you use this to toggle between the values. So now we have the hours. You can toggle them by pressing, or if you press and hold, it's gonna do the speed scrolling. So hold, and as you can see, it's speed scrolling like so. Pressing it again takes you to the minutes. Again, you can move them in 1 minute increments, or you can speed scroll. Pressing it again asks you for the year. Again, using this button, you can change it. Pressing it again, month, change it with this button. Date, change it with this button. Press it again, and now it's gonna take you to the thermometer, which is like a deviation. So this, when it says a 0, it doesn't mean that you have to calibrate it to your current temperature. It's just the difference. So if currently, because this one does have a thermometer and it's pretty accurate, if you notice that, let's say the watch is displaying 30 degrees when it's 29 outside, in that setting screen of the thermometer, you're going to adjust it to -1. So you're just going to decrease it by 1 so that it knows the difference and displays the correct temperature. So it's not like a Casio where you have to set the current temperature. Here you set the difference in temperature between the read of what the watch is reading and the actual temperature. As you can see, when you're done setting this watch, or when you're not touching anything, the watch exits the setting screen and exits back to the main screen, no matter what function you're using. So if you want to set up everything again, you have to press and get into the setting screen again, because then as soon as you stop messing with it, it's going to turn off the setting screen and go back to the home time. So as you can see here, you can go the difference, and you can also change the unit between degrees centigrade and Fahrenheit. So like so, you toggle it with this button between Fahrenheit and Celsius. Pretty cool. Okay, so just leave it like this. So no matter where you are, just leave it like this. If you set up the watch, it's gonna turn itself off. That means that it exited the adjusting screen. With this button, so if you hold it for a long time, it's gonna enter the settings screen. You change the values with this, but if you just press it, it's gonna cycle through different modes. And this watch has the the time display. It has the date display. Again, if you leave it like this, it's gonna jump back to the home screen and it's gonna turn itself off, like so. You have the temperature readout. You have the 24-hour stopwatch, where you can use this button to start it, but it displays in 1 second increments. You can stop it, and to reset it, you press and hold this button for more than 3 seconds, like so. And you have a 24-hour countdown timer settable down to the second. So again, start it with this button. You can also stop it with this button. To adjust the countdown timer, again, you press and hold just like the main time. Once it enters the settings screen, you change the values with this. You change to the minutes with this button, then change the values again, and you can speed scroll here as well. Press it again, it goes to the seconds. Again, you can set it up. And now once you've set it up to 103 or 104, you just leave it. It's gonna exit the adjusting screen and exit the countdown timer. Now it's ready to be started. Now again, once it reaches 0, it's gonna beep. You can stop it. And if you press and hold this, it's actually gonna enter the settings screen again. So it doesn't jump back to the time stored in memory like Casio watches, but it always enters the adjusting screen to readjust the time. Let's leave it so it exits like so, and move on to the next function, which is the alarm. Again, pressing and holding this button is going to turn on the alarm and ask you for the settings. So now with this you can toggle it on or off, and to set it up to any desired time you press this button. It's going to ask you for the hours, so let's say 11. Press it again, it's going to ask you for the minutes. Again, you move, and once you've set it up, you don't have to. You can also turn the hourly chime on by pressing this and toggle it with this button. So you cycle between the alarm on or off, alarm hours, alarm minutes, and the hourly chime, and you change the values with this. Once you've set up everything, you just leave it. It's going to exit the adjusting screen, and if you leave it like this until it turns off the screen, it's going to jump back to the home screen, as you're going to see in a second. Because whenever it turns off the screen, it jumps back to the home screen. So press this and back to the home screen. So pretty cool. But the most important thing once you set it up is to know that you can turn on or off the auto wake function by pressing and holding this button if you want to save the battery. And that's pretty much it. So it's a very simple watch. I like the way they programmed these buttons, and the buttons are actually different. So this one is differently shaped and feels different than this one. Very cool. So anyways, that's it when it comes to this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.